Okie doke. Hello everyone. So today for the for World Watercolour Month, day 10, the prompt is hushed. So for hushed, I wanted to try and draw a picture of this little girl I got off Unsplash, I think. Unsplash or Pixabay. I use those two sites for my references when I don't have a reference of my own. So I start by drawing the outline of this little girl. I try and add in as much detail as I can with this. Got to do her eyes up a little bit more of an angle like that. Her pupil or iris is there. And then her pupil's in there. I'm going to try and add as much detail to this as I can. So I sort of got a basic shape outline in. Now I'm popping the details in. We'll see how we go. So I do portraits, but I don't do them a lot. I tend to focus on animals a bit more. So, and I do them more. I've been doing them more in charcoal. So this will be one of, I think I've done about 3 human portraits in watercolour. So this will be a learning curve. And lots of fun and very interesting. So I'm just going to start by getting some of these. I forgot to draw a thumb. I've got to draw a thumb in. So I sort of got the basic outline first, because otherwise it'd take me forever with adjustments and readjustments. So then her nostril comes down under there. Alright, quite happy with that. Come down here. So her mouth, I've got to draw a little mouth in. So that's her lips there. Then she's got her inner lip there like that. And her lips are sort of together at the edges like that. Then I'll try and draw a teeth. Teeth I find really hard, but it'll be fun. Hello Shane, how you going, doll? How are you? I'm pushing myself way out of my comfort zone here. How are you going, doll? How's mum? How's the fam? I've got to draw her teeth. I can only see one of her teeth on that side and just one tooth there. Hello, Joel. Jess, hello. How are you, doll? The whole fam's here. How are you? Okay, so I'm going to leave that, leave that alone. That lip actually comes out a bit further. So how are you guys? Just got to erase that little bit because I'm not happy with that little line there. Alright. Now her ears, I've got her ears too low. I think I need to bring her ears up a bit. I do have her ears a little bit low, so I'll pop her ear up a bit. Haven't been well. Oh no, what's wrong, doll? What's been wrong? She's got her hair sort of falling down here, so I've got to lift that ear up as well. So I've got her ear way too low. Her ear's even with her eye. So that sort of goes behind her hair and to the length of it. Well, just below her nose actually. Just below her nose. But that's all right. Artistic license. All right. Now, alright, so I've got one finger I've got to do. I worked on hands yesterday, so I'm feeling a bit more confident with hands today. Side effects of the second jab. Oh, really? Really? What did you have? Did you have Astra or Pfizer, or what did you have? Or Moderna. Alright, so I'm going to do this finger first. She's actually got her finger wrapped around her other fingers, sort of. Ooh. Then that one comes around here and disappears off, and then her pinky finger comes up here. Actually, and then around there like that, and then like that, and it comes out the same length as that finger that. Pfizer. Oh, okay. So what, just flu-like, or? I have heard that the second injection can cause side effects. I'm about to get my first jab next week, so I'm excited. I just want to get it done and get on with life. And her thumb is here. So I'll draw her thumb in. Like that. And then down in line with her fingers. It's not going to be exact, but we're trying. Fully vaccinated. Nice. Yeah, they were really slow here in Australia because we managed to subdue the virus and not have it for quite a while in the country. But the second we started bringing people back in from overseas, it all fell apart. But yeah, so we're just starting our started our vaccinations recently. So I'll be excited to have it done. Same here, Pfizer. Yeah, here was AstraZeneca for a while, but they've banned it. Well, not banned it, but they're phasing it out now. Woke up this morning with a hangover that would be okay if I'd be drinking. Oh no, mate. Oh, I'm giving you a long distance sympathy hug, doll. That's no good at all. That's no good at all, doll. All right, I think that's as close as... The thumb looks really weird. I don't know why her thumb looks weird, but I need to trust it. It's going to be okay. Stop worrying. Trust that it's going to be okay. And she's got a little chin. She's got a chin line here. I think I've made her face a bit too fat. I suppose it doesn't really matter because it doesn't have to be exactly like the photograph. Whoops. All right, and then her ponytail sort of comes down here, down there, down over her shoulder. There's her shoulder here. I'll pop a little singlet there. And on this side, she's got her little singlet about there. And it disappears off. She's got a pink singlet on. Room was spinning. I was hugging the toilet. Oh no, that's no good at all. No good at all, doll. Right. I can't see her eyebrows, so I've got to bring her fringe down a bit lower. She's got bangs, or I think you call them bangs in America, but we call them fringe. So pop that in there. Like that. And she's got one ponytail higher than the other, which I thought was really cute. Really endearing. So I pop that in. Okay, so I'm going to be very careful with this painting because this is one of the very few people paintings I've done. Usually with animals, I'm quite fast. This one's going to take me some time, but it'll be fun. And I don't know whether I will put a background because she's got blonde hair, and I sort of want to. I want to make that glow because her hair's reflecting the light just so beautifully. So I might give her a solid green background. I've sort of got to lift this top tape up though. I'm just going to have to lift it. I did take Mum into town. Oh, cool. I'm just going to lift that up a fraction there because I need to sort of get right up there. Because I don't want her to have a square head. So I'll do that. She can't have a square head. And I want to get the paint right round there. All right, we good. We good. So now I am going to wet the background. Got me clean water and me everything all here. So I'm going to wet the paper. So are you feeling better as the day's gone on, doll? I'm just going to come around here and down here. I can do this in sections. And the background is like a light green colour. So I'm just going to really wet that just there. I should have mixed my paint up first, shouldn't I? Oh well. What I'm going to do, so I'll just get it ready on here. I sprayed it, but I haven't put it on my palette yet. There we go. So then I'm going to drop this in and wet around the edges, taking it right around her hair. Being careful not to get onto her hair because her hair's blonde. Been in bed most of the day. Oh, okay. Well, that's what you've got to do. You've got to let yourself recover, Dale. As your mum had both of hers. All right, I'm going to leave that. Then come into here and wet this bit. Come around her chin. I didn't lighten off the pencil marks on this one because I wanted to keep it quite visible and not disappearing on me. Take that around there. This will dry quite pale. Like that. Let that come down to there. Alright, now, oops. There we go. Come onto here, and I've got to wet this side. I'm going to change the shape of that ear. I can do that while the paper's, well, I don't have to worry about it because I've got to take that ear. Pop a bit of green there. And her ear about there. So I'll change the shape of her ear slightly. Like that. Make sure that's all wet. Hello Jen, how you going, doll? How are you? How are you? I'm being brave. Caught you just in time. You'll get just getting started. Yes! Yeah, literally just getting started. I just finished the sketch and added sort of a few details and yeah, and then just tidied up, put her ears in the right spot because I had her ears in the wrong spot. But now we're good. It's been a long day, but I'm hanging in. Oh, mate, if you got to go to bed, Dale. Honestly, you need your rest. And that's the same for you, Shane, because Shane's just had his second vaccination and isn't feeling real well. So if you got to rest, mate, you got to rest. And Shane and Jed's meet Jen, Inspired by Babies, an amazing artist and I was going to say doll creator. You paint porcelain dolls and they're just divine. Baby dolls sketches, mate. Thank you. I do a lot of I usually do it in charcoal. I very rarely do people drawings in pencil. It's dinner time. Oh, that's not too painful. That's not too bad. But you know what? If you're exhausted, make sure you get rest. I've had to lift it. I filled in the whole page. I shouldn't have done that, but I've got her head right up the top of the paper. But whoops. But yeah, I usually draw in charcoal because then it's a whole lot easier to adjust and readjust. And like I've sort of fiddled with her ears. Oh, they're vinyl and silicone, are they? I thought they were porcelain because they look so. Well, I suppose that would make them more warm to the touch, wouldn't it? That makes sense. I've never actually held one. I've seen them, but I've never held one. But my dad was in an elderly people's home, and they used to have them for the old ladies, and that was like their companions. They loved them. They're absolutely stunning. Just finished one today. Now the painful part, rooting her hair. Oh, God, you do all that as well. Gee, oh, no, I've got green on her hairs. Speaking of hairs, I can probably take that back with a bit of gouache if I'm careful, because I think green stains, and especially this green will stain the paper, but I'll try and lift it. So you should just scrub with a clean brush. They're flexible and weighted to feel like a real baby. That's amazing. They're absolutely gorgeous. Okay, I've got to keep coming here. So how has your day been anyway? I'm not going to be able to lift that, so I'm just going to have to be careful and go over it with a light colour. Her hand looks a little bit wonky. Actually, yesterday's prompt was gnarled. So I did hands yesterday. So I had practice, but I don't know, there's something weird about her thumb, but I'm not going to fiddle with it unless I wreck it. Yeah, their hair is done on one strand at a time. So like real wig making. It's hard on the hands and eyes, but worth it when it's done. Wow. That's amazing. That is amazing. So she's got, I'm going to start on her eyes now. And I'm going to start, she's got hazel eyes. I'm actually going to use the same, no, I'm not. I'm going to add a little bit of yellow ochre to the green. Because she's got hazel, greeny, brown eyes. And I'm going to dilute that right down, like super duper 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 thin. And I'm going to leave little highlights for her reflections on the top of her eyes. Because she's got beautiful reflections. Usually when you, like I got this reference from Unsplash. And usually when you see references, they've taken all the light out of them and the shine. They lose the life out of the photograph. Like they Photoshop the buggery out of them. And yeah, take away all the pretty reflections. Because they want people to look smooth and unblemished. But I love all the blemishes and this unsmoothness. And this one has not been fiddled with, Photoshop-wise. The hair is done one straight. Oh, I read that bit. I'm having a Jenny moment. So I've just popped that in. I think her pupils are, her irises are the same size. I always make one iris bigger than the other. I think they're the same size. I hope they're the same size. So while they're drying, so they're almost the same colour as the background. So while they're drying, I'm going to get into her lippies. So for her lippies, I'm going to use a little bit, I have no idea. What am I going to do for her lips? I'm going to go a little bit of alizarin crimson and a little bit of yellow ochre. So it's basically a skin tone, but I'll just add more pink. Basically a skin tone. So what paints do you use on your on the babies? Because it's so, like, you get the dappling and the dimpling in the skin. It's so realistic. I was looking at them and I'm like, oh my God, I'm fascinated by the detail. So I'm just going to start on the inside of the lip. So that's red, alizarin crimson and yellow ochre to make that initial inside of the lip darky bit. Just needs to be a bit darker than everywhere else. And then I'm going to drag that out. I probably should have wet the lips. Good at drawing pockets in charcoal pastels, but not with paint. Yes, neither am I. Neither am I, Dale. This is probably about the third one I've done, so I have no idea if it's going to work out or not. I'll let you know at the end. I've done one portrait, proper watercolour portrait of my daughter. Watercolour pencils. Yes! I was going to pull out my watercolour pencils myself, you know. Because I've got them, I just haven't used them. But yeah, I was going to do the same thing. But I didn't. But, because I forgot until right when you said that. I was thinking about it last night. How I was gonna do this and what I was going to use and what colours, and I do that. I pre-plan pictures in my head the night before, and my brain goes at a bazillion miles an hour. So all night I was thinking it was about how am I going to colour this and how am I going to colour that. Use a paint called Genesis Heat Set. Oh, I've seen that. I've seen that advertised. I've often wondered what it was like. That's really cool. It has to be baked every few layers. Cool. Cool, cool. All right, so her eyes are pretty well dry. So now I can go on with the next bit. Just having a quick look. So she's got darker green in there. So oh, is it blue? Hang on, I'm going to zoom on her eyes. Actually, it is blue. So I'm going to go in with actually a little bit of indigo. I'll do very, very, very diluted indigo. Incredibly diluted, like just a smidgen of indigo. And pop that into her iris. Not into her iris, into her pupil rather. Like that. And like that. And then I'm going to get, actually eyes would be easier with watercolour pencils. Now that I'm doing that, eyes would be a bazillion times easier with watercolour pencils. Just saying. Oh, next one, there's lots. I've got till the end of the month to do more. But this is fun because it's more intricate than I usually do. So this will be, it's a fun challenge. Oh, I just stuck my face, my hand in her lip. It's alright, she's pretty well dry though. I can't see the bottom of that iris, but I'm going to pop it in anyway. Just see the edge of it. Aurora! Check my Facebook Messenger. Okay. Oh my God! Great minds think alike. That's awesome. Woohoo! Has it uploaded yet? This is my buddy Aurora. We do. Everyone, meet Aurora. Aurora, meet everyone. Jen from Inspired by Babies. Oh my God, Aurora, you need to check out Inspired by Babies. Beautiful work. Aurora and I have been friends on YouTube for a couple of years now. It's 2 years. 2 years like yesterday, Aurora, on YouTube. Because it's 2 years yesterday. Because I did it before we went away on a holiday, my first video. So it's like my anniversary. On YouTube today. I laugh when I saw what you do. I know, great minds. Hey, great minds think alike. 2 years. I know, 2 years. Literally, well, it was because it's actually my birthday today. Don't tell anyone. So it was like 2 days before my birthday that I put my first video up. Because we went away for my daughter's birthday, was her 21st. And we went to New Zealand. So that's how I remember the date. Because otherwise I don't remember dates. So yeah, 2 years. It's been a hell of a ride. Been a hell of a ride. But Aurora and I think you're one of the very first people I met. Only doing a video every other day. Oh, that's all right. It's hard doing them every day. It's not easy. I'm just, I'm blessed that I've got the spare time, that I'm free to do it, and a family that's like, yeah, go for it. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm 21 again and again and again. But, yeah, it's an Aurora and I every Thursday, but now possibly Wednesday, do draw some prompts. So we draw every week, except I've been doing... It is. It certainly is. Because, yeah, that's how I remember when my stream anniversary is, or my YouTube versary is. Oops, that's probably a little bit pink. I save that everyday stuff for Inktober. Yeah. Happy birthday. Thank you, doll. Thank you. $51 today. I'm an old mother sticker. We're the Drawsome Squad. We are the Drawsome Squad. We are the Drawsome Squad. I'm sort of working on the detail around the eye, and I'm going in with a bit more indigo. My daughter's birthday was yesterday. Oh, wow! Happy birthday to your daughter. I think July must have been a good month. Because Aurora's is at the end of the month as well. Don't look over a day of 12. Aurora, I love you. But yeah, no. I mean, mate, you're not looking in the same mirror I am, I can tell you. Because some days, woohoo, I'm looking like a whole lot of stuff. I'm looking, yeah, no. I'm being very, very delicate with the brush here. I want to keep, this is going to be, it's going to work out. July 31st, yes. And you're going to be 21 again too. Now I think I'm going to do her skins. I'm going to do her skin. And I'm going to go yellow ochre. I need to clean my palette because I've lost control of my doodah. Clean my palette. Do that. Go a bit of yellow ochre, or a lot of yellow ochre. Try not to dip my brush in my coffee. It's always a good idea. Really enjoy watching the others read. So do I. A good night, Shane. Take care, doll. Sleep well. I hope you feel better tomorrow. Doll. Sending big hugs to you and Mum. Wish I was 21 again. Yeah, well, I've been 21 twice. But technically, actually, when I was young, I so badly wanted to be 21 that I stopped counting. After I was 21, I stopped counting for 7 years. So I was actually 21 for like 8 years. But then when I turned 42, I figured, oh, well, I've had two 21sts now, like two proper 21sts. And then, yeah. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to wet her face. This is probably scary. But, yeah, I'm being brave, sort of, in a very scared, I'm worried about my painting kind of way. But good night, Shane Dale. Sleep well, mate. Oops, I'm going to come around here. Your face is looking a little bit boxy, but I can't really do anything about that. Oops, come around there. I'm going to drop a little bit of the skin tone in. Oh, no, I shouldn't. That's good math. Yes, my brother, it was so funny. My brother turned 60. So I bought him a 21st and two 18th cards, and I stuck them all together. And I bought him, you know, the Matchbox cars? I bought him a Ferrari and a Mercedes in the Matchbox cars. And I said to him, you know, what an awesome sister. For his 60th birthday, I bought him sports cars. And he laughed so hard. And then his wife's like, what did you do with the cards? Because you saw all the cards all stuck together. Because I sticky taped them all together. And she's like, what did you do that for? I said, because count them. It all adds up to two 21st and an 18th. He's 60. And they're like, oh my God, how did you even think of that? Yeah, so I bought him a sports car, or two sports cars for his birthday. So he was rather impressed. I do expect the same in return, though. You better bloody buy me a Matchbox sports car for my birthday, too. I just turned 43. Oh, wow! You're April? Cool. My daughter's name's April, my youngest daughter, who actually turned 23 yesterday. Because I had her, I planned that really well accidentally. My youngest daughter was born at like 10 to midnight before my birthday. I was in hospital, and yeah, 10 minutes to midnight I had her. And so we almost shared the same birthday, and my best friend brought in 2 birthday cakes, so that was really cute. You're doing a child. I'm going to go do a cup of coffee and a book. Oh, cool. I did Old Hands and a Bible. Oh, awesome. I'll have to check it out. Doll. Yep, I'm doing a little child going, shh. I looked at adult pictures, but the adult pictures had no skin tone. Like they weren't highlighted, or the photos had been photoshopped. So I couldn't work from the colour tones on their skin. And how you going, Angela? How's your day been? All right. So just starting with the very first, very thin wash. Her hair's a slightly different colour. I'll go around her eyes a bit. It's got to go up into her hair. Doesn't matter about that. And officially became a grandma the last year. Oh my God. Kids couldn't wait to make me grandma. That's cool. Congratulations. That's exciting. I've got grand puppies. My kids are like, no, we're waiting. We'll have they're gonna have the kids when they build their house. But I'm like, I want to babysit. And they're like, mind a puppy. So they got a puppy. Good so far. Fixing to go have a cooked dinner. Cool. Very goodly. Oh, I need to make a picture smaller because I need to get the tone in on her fingers. Leave her fingernails white. It's a good baby present. Yes. But yeah, it was really funny because I was like, I want more babies to my husband, and he's like, and my kids are like, ew, Mum, you're too old, ew. And I'm like, yeah, oh well. So Scott said, fine, I'll get you a puppy. So I got a puppy. So we've got a house full of dogs, house full of puppies. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, they're going to build. We've got a big farm, or not a big farm. We've got 20 acres. So they're going to build on the back of the farm and have their house down there. So I get to babysit. So when they do actually have babies, they can just ping them over the fence at me and I can mind them with the puppies. I'm planning ahead a bit. They only just got married like 2 weeks ago. You have good control with it. Yeah, I treat it. I'm not. Some pieces I let it flow. Like I just wet the paper and let it all run in together. But this one, I'm a bit wary. I really desperately want it to work out okay. So I'm being a lot more careful. And doing it wet on dry, so wet brush, dry paper. You get much more control when it's wet on dry. And I'm doing it very thin layers to start with. Like very, very thin. Because I'll just build it up. This one's going to take a while because she's got beautiful little blushy cheeks. And lots of tonal differences. So I'm actually going to I'm going to make up a stronger skin tone now. And I'm going to work in, ooh, that's a bit too much yellow ochre. Oh my God, now I'm going rogue. I'm going rogue on the paint. So I've got too much yellow ochre and then I've got too much red. So now I'm going to put some more yellow ochre and try and tone that right down. I've lost control. Okay, and then I'm going to do up her nostrils. Just get that in there. I will darken that up even more, but for now. And I do recommend have a test piece of paper. I don't. But I do recommend have a test piece of paper so you can see your paints before you put them on your person. But it doesn't matter with this because it's the same skin tone. I'm just going to drag it out anyway. So I popped it in her nostrils. Drag that out because I've got to really darken this up. And then I should probably make that a little bit more pinky. It's going to look really bizarre until it looks good because paintings go through an ugly stage. That's what I tell myself. To keep myself like, okay, it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. Just keep at it. And I've got to soften up the edge lines on her nostrils. Like that. But yeah, I have I usually, at least some point in the painting, I have a panic attack like, oh no, it's not going to work. And in pretty much every painting that I do. So she's got lighter on the tip of her nose. So I'm going to leave that little bulby bit there lighter. Leave that little bit on that side lighter. And then I'm going to go under her nose on this side. I need to thin that down. That's so thin, like I can barely see the pigment on the palette. But I'm just going super duper duper thin and just going to build that up slowly in tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and then some more tons of layers. Because I can. Alright. I'll pop the colour on her eyelid. See, that's just, that was a teeniest little bit of colour. And it really does, it's subtle, but too much. If I go too hard too fast, it's going to make an awful mess. No, and I'm not going to be able to lift it. But yesterday after stream, I went into the shops and I got myself some Gunzai Tombi, whatever, the Kiritaki Gunzai Tombi paints, because they're really vibrant. And I thought, oh, I want to give them a go. So I bought some of them to try out. So some stage over this coming week or so, I'm going to use them as well. I have no idea what prompt for. I'm going to pick the prompt because I don't want to be a bright prompt, I think, because they're quite vibrant. But I've got to do, I'm going to try and make, not a review video, but like it's not really an unboxing, but it's a, oh look, I got these, let's try them out together video. So that should be a world of funness. Should be a world of funness. Because I don't do those kind of videos very often. We always think it's not going to turn out right until it starts coming together. It's the same for a doll painting. Yes, I always hit halfway and have it, I was going to say shit myself, have a panic attack. But too late, I said shit myself. So I usually panic and go, oh no, I've ruined it. But you know what's really funny is the ones that I've ruined have their gold sets and it's awesome. Oh, I looked at the golds yesterday. Builds up layer by layer. Yes. But I did look at, they had a gold pack and I had a choice. I could get the golds or I could get the what's this one? Hang on, it's the 20-something set, I think. It's this one. I got this one. Pretty 24 colours. So I haven't even opened it yet. So I'll do that. I'll do that on stream in the next few days. I hope. We'll see how that goes. Best laid plans and all that. But yeah, I usually get to the point where I mess it up and and panic. And then it comes good somehow. Not quite sure how. That's where digital is so forgiving. digital is so much more forgiving because I really want an undo button. I need an undo button here. Because that's why I'm doing extremely fine layers. Very nice. Been wanting to get those. Yes, I'll be getting the gold ones next because one needs a bit of sparkle in one's life. One can never have too much sparkle. So yeah, I will definitely be getting the goldies. And they had pearlescent ones. And I'm like, ooh, pearl. So I think I was talking yesterday, I don't know whether it was on my YouTube stream or my Twitch stream, because I did a Twitch stream as well because I'm a glutton for punishment. And I spilled my paint on my curtains, acrylic paint. On my curtains. That was smart. I dropped them. So I did a couple more hand paintings and made a complete mess. But yeah, so I'm on my streams crawling around on the floor trying to fix it, trying to scrape up all the paint. So I get to fill up my acrylics again today. Isn't that fun? Been wanting to get those too. Yes. We could do a Gunzai Tombi collab. That could be fun. We could do a collab with our Japanese paints. Okay. Come around here. I'm just going to darken up this bit because that's her chin. And it comes down and around here, sort of. I've got to get back to work. I have 3 days left to finish my doll. Oh, yes, get back to work, doll. Got a contest coming up. Ooh, awesome. Awesome, awesome. Do it. Well, actually, I'm supposed to be entering an art show for August, so this might become my art show piece. If it works out okay, it could be an art show piece. I'll check back to see how you paint. Thank you, Dale. Oh, heck yeah. Done. We're in. Aurora. We're doing it. I've even used my Japanese paintbrushes. Ooh, my mum has those. I don't have those. It was awesome chatting with you too, Dale. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful evening. Yeah, this will be up on my Instagram later, if it works. Actually, I tend to post things even if they don't work out. I do tend to post everything, good and bad. So I've got to do darker shadows under here, but for now, I'm just doing the skin tone ones. And then I'm going to come down this side of her little neck and make it quite dark because it's shadowed. Take it right round there. And then same on this side because she's actually quite dark under here. I've got to watch Yong Chen's videos on human portraiture because I've watched them, but I need to really sit down and seriously. I've got a hair on my painting. How did that happen? And I've got to seriously sit down and watch his technique because he makes people look so alive. Did you get a chance to watch? Did you guys get a chance to see him? It's friggin' amazing. Okay. Then I'm going to come around here. Oops, no I'm not, apparently. I'm going around here. Got to get some more pigment on my thing. Around here like that. Like that. Yeah, so Aurora, if you look up Inspired by Babies on Instagram as well, she's got a YouTube channel, but she does them, an Instagram, does the most beautiful work. I don't know how to do a shout out on here. Can you do shout outs on YouTube? I don't even know. It's been that long. I'd love to, but I don't know how. Hey, Rora, could I make you a mod? Text me his name so I don't forget. Okay, will do. Could I make you a mod? Because I know you don't have to be here or anything like all the time. Just so that if you are here, I can say help. Because I've got no idea what I'm doing. All right, and then she's got her collarbone there, so I'm going to shadow above her collarbone. Of course, awesome. Okay, now all I do, I think, is I go here and I press the wrong button. How do I do it? How do I do it? How do I do it? Right click? No? Why is it not letting me do it? No. Top chat? No. Oh, no. How do I do it? Oh, okay. I think I pressed the wrong button. Oh, I pressed the wrong button. How do I do it, Aurora? I don't know how to do it. How do I do it, Aurora? I'm pressing all the wrong buttons. Oh my God, it was so funny. This morning I couldn't sleep and I woke up at like, I don't know, about 1 o'clock, about 1:30. Oh, can I do it? Hang on, no, I can't do it. How do I do it? How do I make you a mod? I need to focus on my painting. Yes, awesome, cool. You're a glutton for punishment because I don't know how to do any of the things. I thought I just have to right click on your name. Apparently not. Hang on, do I do it on here? Maybe I'll do it on my stream. And if I go here and I bring the stream up, there we go. Now can I do it? Can I do that? No? Oh, here we go. Add moderator. It won't let me do it on my... Okay, done. Fixed. I was watching a fellow on Twitch and he's a psychologist, or not watching, listening to a fellow on Twitch, and he's a psychologist, counsellor-y kind of person, Dr. something or other, can't remember his name. And they convinced him to do a drinking stream. Oh my God, I was laughing. My husband, Scott, woke up and he's like, are you crying? And I'm like, no, I'm laughing. Because this guy, he's trying to give people advice and he's had a few, whatever, I think he was drinking vodka. Oh, it was so funny. Oh, it was so bad, but it was so funny. But, oh God, talk about go down the rabbit hole of funny streamers. But he's not meant to be funny. He's meant to be serious, but they got him a bit tiddly. All right, so now I'm going to come down here. And her ponytail goes over the back of her shoulder. So I'll pop this down here. I've got to do the shading on her fingers. I've got to do more shading on her face. I've got her face way too pale. I've been way too timid. Oh my God, coffee. I need to drink my coffee before it goes cold. Okay. So, and I've got to come down. I've got to build up this colour on this side a bit stronger. Not that strong maybe. So I'll just put that on there and I can drag that out with a damp brush. Drag that right out with a damp brush. Like that. And the same on this side. So I mixed up a ton of this skin tone. She's got like little sunburnty cheeky bits. Like just the top of her cheeks here are a little bit sunburnt. So she's... Then I'm going to come down here. It wouldn't let me do it on Streamlabs, which was really weird. I had to do it on my actual YouTube thingy. So I come down here now. All right, and start to get some colour onto her cheeks. Down here, and I'll blend that down. So have you got any plans for your birthday, Aurora? What have you got happening? So I'll take that down and around there. I've got to do, I'm starting to get, I've got to darken up around here, around this side of her face. So just here, I'm going to take a line like that and then drag my brush in. Like that. Perfect. Okay. Well, not perfect, but as good as I'm going to get it. And then same on this side, because she's darker on this side as well, around the side of it near her ears. So I take the full length of her face down, just along the edge, damp my brush, take the excess moisture off it and just scrub that edge to soften that edge, like that. Down and around. Alrighty. I'm just trying to think. So her hair's like a solid block over. I'll do her shoulder. I'll do her top, and her top's pink. So I'll go in with a bit of rose opera, a little bit of rose opera onto her shirt, and I'll take that down, dilute that right down. Like that. And just drag that down onto her sleeve. Because rose opera is such an intense colour. Such a super hyper intense colour. It's gorgeous. It's the Daniel Smith one. And I don't know where I heard it, but I think I heard it's more light faster than most. I wouldn't swear to it, but I have heard that. So I'll have to do a bit more research to just double check that it is light fast. But I'd just make a print of this piece anyway. I probably wouldn't sell the original. I'd sell a print if anyone was ever keen. Okay, so I've got to do that like that, and then take that down here, like that. Right. Okay. Okay, and then I'll go a bit stronger. So a little bit more pink. Just where the stitching is, just add the stitching in. Keep it really simple. Not doing anything that's really intense. All right. And I'll darken up underneath with a stronger red in a little bitty bit. All right. So that's her little singlet top. Now I can get into some warm bits on her. I've got it. Oh, I can't wait to do her eyelashes and her hair, but I'm leaving those till last. So go a little bit more yellow ochre, a little bit more alizarin, slightly more intense, less water, more pigment. More yellow ochre. There we go. All right, so I'm going to work back into her ears now. Just start to darken up. I've made quite a lot of it, so we're doing okay. Darken up to around her earlobes here. She's got earrings on, but I haven't painted them in. I decided I didn't want her earrings. I could have, but I didn't want to. And then I've got to add, actually, she's got sun sort of shining into her ears, so I'll, at the top of her ears, but I'll do that in a minute. And I'm just leaving little gaps, and just darker under there, like that. All right, and that'll dry back a little bit. That will dry back a little bit more. All right, how on earth am I going to do her hair? Okay, so the whole time I'm doing this, I've spent all night thinking about how, that's probably why I didn't sleep real well. I spent all night thinking about how I was going to paint this, because I'm not a people portraitist. So, but it's coming along. We're getting there. And I'm going to add a little bit of blue into the white of her eye, because eyeballs are not pure white. They are not pure white. They have shadows in them and such. So I'll try and add those. I've got to darken up. I should have erased the pencil line a bit, but I didn't. I wasn't brave enough to erase the pencil line, because I thought I need that as a strong guide. Because usually with animals I know them so well that I can adjust things on the fly, but with people I'm not so confident. So I left quite strong lines. Alright, so then you can see how light that skin tone faded back, like it's under her nose and that. It's really paled back quite a lot. The colour shift was I mean, I had diluted it right down, but it still had quite a bit. I'm using my Senneliers, because they're very translucent too. They're very soft. They've got a real glow to them. I love my Senneliers. Usually a lot of floral artists use them, because you can do so many. They're designed for layering. They really are designed for layering. So if you do florals, I highly recommend. I use them for everything though. Having said that, I use them for everything. The Senneliers. But I love them for, yeah, their layering qualities. And they have this ethereal glow. They have this beautiful ethereal glow to them. I've got to add a bit of pink in, a bit more pink in. But I've got to be so careful. I'm going to darken up under her little chin. So take that around here and more shadow. I'm going to have to add like a greyish shadow. I'm a bit scared, but I'm going to. That's right. So I'm going to go in. I'll be very brave. And I'm going to grab some, where's my palette? What's a daisy? Some Moon Glow out of my Daniel Smith. Because I can mix this colour, but if I don't need to, I'm going to take this hang on, I better check it on a bit of paper. Yep, that's nice and pale. And take this just around, that's probably a little bit too pale, the edge of her eye. Just around the edge of her eye again. So that's Daniel Smith's Moon Glow just there, very pale, very, very pale. Because her eyes, the lids of her eyes are in shadow. Like that. She's quite shadowed there, and I can lift up a little bit of that. I've got a bit too much there, so just clean my brush, take the extra moisture off, and do that, lift that off, and then I can go up into her nostrils with this as well. Are they dry? Check that it's dry. Oops, a bit more pigment, and up into her nostrils. Like that. I've got to do more in her eyes too. I've got to get more colour into her eyes, which I will do. And I've got to work on her hands. I'm sort of jumping a bit all over the place, aren't I? Welcome to Jenny World. Okay, oops, I'll lighten that off a little bit. That's a little bit too dark. So just literally damp my brush and lift it off again. But I want it to be that shadow colour. Same on this side, on the right hand side. Come in, whoops, a little bit more maybe, a little bit more. And then get my brush, wet it, take this excess moisture off and drag that colour out in the shape there. Like that. I've got to soften that one there. So literally just take the edge of my damp brush and soften that like that. Having a quick look at the picture again. So she's got shadow down here as well. So I've got to take this shadow down this side. Oh, yeah, no, keep going, don't panic, just keep going. And then I can drag that down, damp my brush. And I'm just building a mazillion soft light layers. And you know, if I need it dark, you can always go darker, you can't go lighter. Once you've put watercolour on, if you have it too dark, you can't go back. So I'm doing the finest, thinnest layers because I'm not 100% confident. Like I said, I do animals, I don't draw people. So this is one of about the third human portrait in watercolour that I've done. If I do portraits, I do them in charcoal, where I move things around constantly. Because charcoal's a very movable, forgiving medium. You can move it everywhere. On your nose, on your face, on your clothes, on everyone else, anyone who walks past. Charcoal's really movable. But that's what I do my human portraits in, usually. I very rarely paint if human portraits, so this is a real challenge. But a good fun one. Got to have it. Got to try new things. You do wackadoo, do wackadoo, wackadoo. Got to try all the new things. I'm going to darken up the shadow under here, under her neckline. And it comes right into her hand. She's much darker through there. And I'll leave, there's a highlight on her neck, so I'll leave that and come down there to her, what do they call that? Collarbone. Okay. And then this side down onto her shoulder. Hair actually goes over the back of her shoulder mostly. Oops. I'll take that down and darken it. So that's just that's Daniel Smith's what is it? Moonglow. Moonglow. So now I've got to do a shadow up in here. I'll get a bit more Moonglow on my brush. Pop it here, because that comes into there on her shoulder. And wet that around the edges, because I could be doing wet in wet, but I'm sort of not real brave enough. So I'm just doing it wet on dry. So that's wet brush, dry paper. Like that. Alright. We'll shadow up under here a little bit. I've got to get back to work on her hand. I haven't really worked on her hand. Oh God! I'll just turn that off, shall I? Alright. Sorry about that, guys. I thought I had it on aeroplane mode. Apparently not. I film with my phone. I use my phone as my, what do you call it? My, what do they call that? That's the first time I've forgotten to turn it on to aeroplane mode. Alright, so come down and around here. And I'm going to start to work on her hand tones. Take that right round. And into the shadow areas around the edges of her fingers. That'll be all shadow under here. So I'm just going to block that in first. There are other fingers there. So I'm actually going to do that blue colour. Like that. Take that in around there. Like that. And down onto her palm, because her palm is darker. Like that. And there's her thumb. I won't do it up her thumb. Her thumb's, I've got to take that off a little bit. There we go. So I can just lift that up with the damp brush and soften that colour. And then come down onto her hand, between her fingers. So I've got to do between her fingers, like that. And the shadow part underneath her thumb. Actually, I've got to come back here a bit. Let's create that shadow bit. I've got that too much. Okay, what am I going to do there? Okay, so I'm going to go back in with the skin tone. And darken up this bit under the thumb. That is quite dark there. So I will eventually go over that with that blue tone. Come down there with that. Come up here, skin tone. Just looking for the shapes of the shadows on her fingers. So I can see there's a knuckle there, there's a shadow on the knuckle there. And then comes up here, and then shadow on the knuckle there. It comes down there. Alright. Got to keep it simple, just suggestions. You've got to just suggest the colours and the shapes. Okay, now here she's got lines down the sides of her hand. Her hand sort of wraps around like that. She's got little crinkly bits. Okay. And I've got to work on her pointy finger, which is going up at her mouth. So just there is quite strong coloured around her fingertip, like that. Down this part of her finger, and then this part of her finger. And I'll drag that out. Like that. And I've got to add that blue-grey while it's still damp, just under here, like that, because that's a shadow area and that's a shadow area. I'll just do around the tip of her nail, just very gently, ever so gently, like that. Right. Now I'm going to get onto her hair a little bit. I'll let the face dry, and she's got sandy, mousy brown sort of hair. So what colour am I going to use? Oh, what's this? I've got, I might stick with the yellow ochre. A bit of yellow ochre. It's probably too yellowy though. It is very yellowy. A bit of yellow ochre and maybe a little bit of brown. So a touch of brown. Touch of burnt umber. Teeniest touch of burnt umber. To grey that off. And I'm going to wet her hair and I'm going to leave little snippets missing. So I'm going to get my bigger brush. So clean my brush, take it out of the water. I don't leave my watercolour brushes sitting in the water. I did that just then, but okay, so I'm just going to wet all around where I'm going to put the water, put the hair colour. So this is going to be wet in wet. And I'm just going to let the yellow ochre colour flow. I want the hair to look soft. So here we go. So this is yellow ochre and a little bit of burnt umber. The hair's definitely darker coming down the sides. I'll leave little highlights here and there. Around here, and again I've done that very lightly, haven't I? So I'll darken it up towards the bottom, towards her face, and I'll go back in with my finer brush and add darker bits and more detail. And in the direction of her hair and stuff, so that's enough for that one. Now I'm going to move on to her ponytails, and I love that her ponytails are lopsided. I love that. I thought that was so cute, how her ponytails were just, one was long and one was hanging off the side of her head and one's up higher. It's like she's been playing and having a great old time. And her hair's all ruffled. Been climbing in cubby houses and doing all kinds of fun things, I reckon. So I'm going to pop that in there. I'm going to mix up some more skin, some more hair tone. So yeah, oh no, it was yellow ochre and a bit of burnt umber. That's right, I had to think then. Had to think what colour I used. A bit more yellow ochre maybe. There we go. Clean my brush, take the excess moisture out. And it's darker down here, so I can drag this slightly darker tone down this front of her hair. Like that. Oops. Clean my brush again. And I'll add some hair texture in. Go darker under there. The top of her hair is quite light. Alright. Alright, now onto this right ponytail. I'm actually no, you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually, well, I say actually a lot. I'm actually going to not say actually anymore, because I say actually way too much actually. So I'm going to, I'm going to add darker to the front here. She's got darker hair here. And I'll add that in more texture in a bit, in a little bit. I'll leave highlight at the very top. I've got to soften that. I don't like that. So while my brush is still a little bit damp, I can move the edge of that paint. I'll take up the bead at the bottom there, like that. All right. And then I'm going to wet this other ponytail. Just wet it. Clean brush. I might take that. Oh, there's. That goes over the back of her shoulder. Now I'm going to pick up my paint. I'm going to mix up a bit more yellow ochre, a touch of burnt umber, a bit more yellow ochre. Right. And take that down the underside of this ponytail because it's darker underneath. Let it flow a bit. Out the side. So this is all just varying tones of skin colour. Like I've used yellow ochre and alizarin crimson for her skin tone, and I've used yellow ochre and burnt umber for her hair. Got to darken up in here. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry a little bit. And I'm going to go grab my smaller brush and I'm going to get in with some fine details. And I'm going to use a little bit, the same mixture, just with a little bit more burnt umber in it. A little bit more burnt umber, maybe a little bit less water too. Burnt umber, yellow ochre, less water, more pigment, just to get the stronger hair colour. And while that's still a little bit damp, I'm going to take that in there and drag it down the underside of her hair. Like that, into the shadowy areas, using my thinner brush. That's a little bit greenish, isn't it? I can go over that anyway. It's a little bit greenish. I'll let that dry and I'll go over that bit. Change of plan, peeps. What am I going to use? What have I got in here? Bit of burnt sienna. Let's have a look. Oh yeah, burnt sienna might do. That's a pretty colour. It's still got that. Let's have a look on a bit of paper. Yep, that might work. It's got a little bit of red through it. So take that back into here. Around her hair, leaving lots of white highlights, light highlights, lighter areas. Down here, and then she's quite shadowed under there, so I'll use a bit more of that down here, right next to her shoulder. And yeah, that's the beauty of watercolour. It's suggestive. You don't have to make it exactly. You just got to suggest the way the hair's flowing and that kind of thing. All right. So this is a Daniel Smith, because I'm using Sennelier and Daniel Smith's. So this is a Daniel Smith's what is it? Burnt sienna. Take that down here and onto the underside here. Like that. Might take that down in one sort of swipe, down from there, down from her ponytail, like that. It's a really pretty colour actually. I don't think I've used this one before, of the Daniel Smith's. I'm going to wet that bit of paper again. I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to wet in here, because it's all dry there now. So just wet that. And I'm going to dry. Oh, sorry, not dry. Add that in while it's damp, not while it's dry. Add a few of the hair textures in. Like that. And the hair's quite bright light on that side because the sun's sort of hitting over there. Rightio. Get a bit more mixed up. And I'm going to go up onto a fringe, or in the US you call them bangs. Clean my brush, add clean water all around here. Anywhere that I'm going to add this colour. You hear all the noises, hubby's working out the back. Okay. And then take this hair detail down onto her fringe. Where's that? Oh, there it is. And just do it softly down the front, and that'll sort of blend a little bit with the yellow ochre underneath. Pardon me. Take this side a bit onto her fringe. Grab a bit more of that. A little bit stronger maybe. A little bit less water. Just down here. Sort of keeping the strokes a little bit separate. Like that. I'll do the hair sort of coming up into there like that. And then this one's all loose and falling apart. Come up here. Like that. Righto. And I can't really see her part, but I'll do that. I'm going to add a bit more strength of colour down the front of her fringe. Like that. Coming right down to her hairline, down the bottom. Just sweeping it up. So it just looks like she's got a jagged sort of fringe. And I'm slightly strengthening the colour. Just slightly, ever so slightly. Like that. Alright. I'll do her hair bands in a little bit. I'm going to also strengthen up the underneath of her hair. Going back in with the transparent sienna, not transparent sienna, burnt sienna. The Daniel Smith burnt sienna. I haven't used Daniel Smith's colours a lot, so I'm sort of getting adventurous. And this one's a lovely colour. Let's darken this hair underneath, because that's nearly all in shadow there. It comes around there. And then same under here. This one's quite dark. Down and around. Around there like that. Oops. Like that. Then around here. Oakley doke. Can I not see you talking to me? No! Why? Oh no, what's going on? I don't know. Ah! I pressed a button. Oh, hang on. Oh, hang on. That's why. Oh, shit. Okay, hang on, sorry. Okay. Oh, all the buttons. Hang on, what happened there? That was really weird. Okay. I must have pressed something. Oops. Sorry, Dale. I must have pressed something when I was making you a mod. I must have frozen the chat. Oh my God, sorry, Dale. So I forgot his name. Text me what his name is so I don't forget. Okay, cool. You're I'm on. Yep. Okay, right click my name. I've got you, honey. Sweet. Laugh my ass off. 2 o'clock in the this morning I was watching Dry Bar Comedy on YouTube, and I bet that neighbours thought I was in. Oh my god. We're having seafood. That's all I know so far. Oh, nice. I think once the hair is in, it will hit the shadows over her face. Yes. Start light. It looks amazing. Thank you. Oof, I'm the same. Yes. Please put the hair first so your tonal value is correct. Oops. That's why I love soft pastels and portraits and camera. Yep. This is looking great. Thank you. I should have used a reference photo, but I didn't. Yeah, no, I can't do it without reference. The only Daniel Smith I can afford is a sample dots sheets. Oh, yes. It's okay. I'm still here. Okay. Can you... I think it's moving now. I pressed a button. I'm so sorry. I think it's moving now. I don't know what I did. But yes. I'm not very good at technology. Mate, say something else so that I know you're still here. Well, I know you're still here. It says, you know, you say no. Okay, I'm still here. But yeah, say something else. I'm so sorry, Dale. Oh my god. I'm not being rude, I promise. Okies! Yes! Okay, I fixed it. Whatever I did, I undid it. Whatever I did, I undid it. I think when I did the what do we call it? The mod thing, I pressed all of the things. And when I press all of the things, everything stops. It's a gift. It's a gift. But yeah, I was really lucky. One of a really good friend of mine has an art shop in a town not so far from here. And when I bought a couple of trays of Daniel Smith's, just the little ones, the little 6 sets. And she gave me the cards. She gave me like 4 or 5 colour cards with the blobs on. I know I made you a mod and then I broke you. I broke you and I took your voice away. It's like, no, Jenny moment. I figured you must have been eating. I thought it might have been dinner time. But yeah, I can't remember what his name was. The fella I was watching, oh my god, he was so funny. Actually, I'm going to Google. I'm going to Google because it'll be on my thing. It'll be on my recently watched thing. Hang on, hold your horses. I'm going to go back to my thing and I'm going to check. Oh no, was I watching it on YouTube maybe? Hang on, I saved it. How do I check what I saved? YouTube? I don't know how to do anything anymore. I never knew how to do anything, but I still don't know how to do anything. Oh, I don't know. I'll text you later. I'll text you when I figure it out. But oh, it was hilarious. And I was laughing so hard in the middle of the night. Poor family. It was all getting woken up. And Scott's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, why? He said, you sound like you're crying. I'm like, no, I'm laughing a lot. I bought some for she who shall not be named for her birthday, but not for myself. Oh, no. Oh. What are they worth in the US? Just out of interest, what are they worth over there? Because they're very expensive here. Because I know they're made in the US, yeah. Uh-oh. Okey's low. Uh-oh. If I press something again. Oh no, we're good. It's like I need to not touch anything. Not touch any of the things. Per tube, they're around $10. Okay, they're about $16 a tube here. But the little sets, you know how you can buy the little pan sets? They're really good. I bought those. I bought a few tubes, but the pan sets are quite affordable. More affordable. And then I'm just going to buy the tubes to match the pans that I use the most. Because I use so little of it. It's very strong. Like it's hugely strong pigment wise. So you get an awful lot for your money. Got to do up here a little bit too. Some of that height, yeah. Depends on the, you know how they have their quality, like 1 star, 2 star, all that sort of stuff. The more stars, the more expensive. Oh no, the less, oh, I can't remember which one. Love to have them. Ooh. Yes. Well, maybe that could be my birthday present to you, Dale. If you've got a PayPal thing on your YouTube channel, send me your deets and I'll send you some Daniel Smiths. I'll get you some. Send me your deets, your details, and I'll get you set. Find a set you like, a little set you like, and I'll get them. So I come down here. You're always giving to everyone, Dale, so it's nice to get a little back. Aww. Don't cry. Or find a set you like, because it's probably because you can probably buy them everywhere. And I'll just send you the amount and you can go and buy the ones you want in the little set. So you find a little what, like, you've seen these ones? Do you get these? You get these ones, yeah? Like the little, whoops, you can stick it under my doodah there, like that. And I've got, this one's all my reds, browns and yellows. No, you're right. Don't forget about me. Gee, oh, jeez, I nearly stuck me thing in me coffee. Don't stick your brush in your coffee. No, I'm not doing birthdays. Don't worry about me, Dale. But, yeah, just send me a... Get one of those little pan sets, because they're really good to figure out. And if you can get your floral one, because he's got, or you can get the gemstones one. Cool. Well, just let me know. I'll talk to you after anyway. I'll talk to you. I'll message you. Then you've got another unboxing video you can do. Alright, so I'm going to pop transparent sienna, slightly stronger again, just under here, in the direction of the hair, like that. But you have already sent me pictures of crocodile. Yeah, that's all right. I know, because I know you like them. And all they're going to do is, yeah, I did that specially for you anyway, because you inspired me to draw that one. I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like it, Dale. All right, so come down and around here. All right, her hair's looking pretty cute. I'm sort of happy with her hair. I mean, it does swirl around a bit more than I've got it, but oh well. Artistic license. Favourite animal in the world? Yeah, they are so cute. They are very cute. All right, I'm going to leave her hair alone now. I'm happy with her hair. I'm going to leave it alone, and I'm going to leave, I've got to do her eyes and I've got to do her eyelashes. And I reckon we're not that far from being done with her then. I'm going to add a little bit of red to her lips. A little bit of, what is that? A little bit of scarlet to her lips. Just the teeniest little bit to the underside here. Just tiny bit. It's looking amazing. Thank you. Because I've done so many furry animals, it's helped me with hair. Just lots of furry animals does wonders for hair. Yeah, human hair is really easy in comparison. Darken up under here, doing our little lippies. Like that. Doing that line. Like that. Okay, now I can get onto her eyebies. Yeah, I've done every kind of fur. The only cat fur I find really, really, really hard. I can't. I prefer. I'll do people fur all day long. Well, you know what I mean, people fur. People hair. Or people, fur. Oh my God, what a twit. But, oh my God, all day long. So now I'm going to do her little eyelashes. They go all different directions. Don't do them all one direction. Keep them short like that and just off to the side and not long. She's got little lashes. So take them sort of about halfway up her eye. Like that. And then I can see a few. It's hard to make them look soft and fuzzy. I know, mine always look flat. They always look flat when I draw them. Flat cats. And then just do all different length little eyelashes. Around there like that. Alright. Now I'm going to go back into her eyeballs themselves. And I'm going to add a little bit. I think, I'm just having a quick look. She's got greens, dark greens. Like, oh, have I got anything that maybe. I'm going to go in with a teeny tiny little bit of Cascade green into her eyes. Just in the little stripes. Did you know that Taco Cat backwards is Taco Cat? No, but I do now. That's awesome. I didn't. Hello?
No.
Who's there?
Me.
Hello, me.
Just brought your coffee.
Oh, you're in. Oh my God, you're a legend.
A milk one.
Oh my God. Thank you, babe.
There you go. Give me that.
Thank you.
There you go. So just try that one. So it should be hot enough.
Isn't he awesome? Yes, that's beautiful. Thank you, babe.
There you go.
Thanks, babe.
Catch ya.
Adios, amoeba. Okay, so I'll pop that down here. He's spoiling me. Aurora said hello. He said hello. I know, he's beautiful. He's my beautiful man, Muffin. He is my beautiful man. I'm a very lucky girl. Alright, take that there. Oh, her eyes are looking cool. I'm really happy I did that. Brings me coffee. He made me coffee in bed this morning. He wanted to make me bacon and eggs, but I don't have breakfast. He spoils me rotten. Spoils me rotten. So I'm going to go Payne's Grey. And just darken up her little pupils. Look at her. Oh my God, I did a people. And she looks okay. It reminds me of your hubby. Yeah. We're very lucky girls who have beautiful hubbies. And she's got green hairbands. I'm going to do her light green hair. Actually, I'm going to give her blue hairbands. I'm going to give her, actually cobalt turquoise. I'll do her hairbands cobalt turquoise. Yeah. Sending you lots of love, doll. I couldn't imagine it. Could not imagine it, doll. So I'm just going to do this cobalt turquoise on both of her hair bands. And I'll darken, I'll let them dry, and then I'll darken up the underneath. You should do more portraits, you're very good at them. I should, well, this is like the third watercolour portrait I've ever done. I must admit, I have done lots of charcoal portraits, but I haven't painted. So I've done quite a few charcoals. But I might, now that I'm actually feeling a little bit more confident, I might do more. I probably should, shouldn't I? But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see if I've got to stay inspired. So I'm going to darken up. I'm actually going to go, ooh, I'm going to go a darker blue-green. What have I got? Have I got any other? I'm going to go, for whatever that is, Viridian. Bit of Viridian for the bottom of her hairbandy thing. Just going to drop that on the bottom. Oh, thank you, doll. Just for the bottom there. Like that. Get the air bubble out of it. Gee willikers. And I've got to not spill my coffee on it. do a good artwork, I usually spill something on it. But I reckon she's just about done. What do you guys reckon? I reckon I'm going to call her. Should I do? I'm just going to leave. No, I'm not. I've got to add the teeniest, tiniest little bit. Clean my brush. Like the veriest is a new word. Let's just invent new words here. That's what Jenny, that would be terrible. I know. Oh my God. Yesterday in my Twitch stream, I was going to add the shadow to the top of her eye because your eyeball is not white. It reflects all the light around it. So I'm just going to add a little bit of blue and then blob it off very gently. So it just leaves a tint, tiniest little hint of blue. Yesterday in the middle of my stream, or no, 3/4 of the way through my Twitch stream, I decided I needed to use acrylic. So I picked up my acrylic and I had a set acrylic on my lap, and then I proceeded to set acrylic paints across the floor. So my beautiful dark green velvet drapes have got lime green, yellow and blue acrylic paint on them now. I'm really happy I have floorboards. So I cleaned my floorboards. I had coffee on my roof. I spilled coffee on my flippin' roof and my lights because I picked up my coffee cup that was empty, except it wasn't empty. And I went, and it all went everywhere. And it rained coffee. Yeah, I'm special. I'm special. I still have the marks to prove it. But yes, I'm a special one. I'm a wheel and the wrecker. That's what I am. I'm a wreckerer. I wreck stuff. I'm very accident prone. I know. Oh my God. It's sort of, yesterday I was like, I stayed streaming and I'm like, okay, I'm just going to be on the floor for a second. So I literally got my earphones on. I'm chatting to everyone. I'm on the floor trying to clean the floor. At least get the paint off the floor. And then I'm like, you know, this is not working. I need to stop. I need to not stream this. So yeah. Luckily they delete those VODs. That's a hazard. I know. Being an artist can be very dangerous. It can be very dangerous, in fact. I don't think I own a piece of clothing. See, that's what started it. My ink, my white pen, it wasn't doing inky things. So I was drawing on my jeans, like trying to get the ink to flow onto my jeans. And of course they weren't designer jeans. They were like $20 Target jeans. And so and one of the guys was telling, he's like, you're drawing on jeans. I was like, yes, it works really well for cleaning, like getting your nib going on your pen. And then that's when I spilled my paint. Then I'm like, right now I don't just have pen on my jeans. I also have acrylic paint all over them. But yes, so there you go. So now I'm going to grab a little bit more moon glow, just teeny touch of moon glow. Yeah. I need a warning t-shirt, like for people just to step away from me, step away from the crazy lady, because I'm a danger to myself and others whilst when I'm carrying paint or anything. And I'm forever dropping my paint brushes. They end up all over the joint. I'm forever throwing them all over the place. And I'm forever losing my erasers. I would just repaint over the flowers everywhere. Yes. So that's what I need to do. I need to practice flowers. I'm so shocking at flowers. I really do need to practice my flowers. Right, I think I'm going to leave her. I'm going to pink up just the edge of her shirt a tiny bit more. Actually, no, I'm not going to pink it up. I'm going to red it up. Where's my red? I'm going to do that. That's not red. I'm going to go that one. Oh, not that one either. That's too red. Okay, we're going to go this one. Half-time change sides. We're going over here. Okay, we're going this one. And I'm going to add this underneath her singlet. Just to darken that speaking English here, underside of her singlet. And then on that side of it. So just using a darker tone of red. Oh, I missed a bit of hair. Go me. Okay, I saw a bit I missed. So I better do that in. And I'm going to darken a little bit under this side as well. Like that. Not all the way. Oh yeah, maybe all. Oh no, not yet. All the way. Before you go, are you on Discord right now? No, I'm not. I haven't got it on. Okay. I haven't even looked at it today. I'm very bad at Discord. Very bad at Discord. Alright, so run those down there. Want to try getting in mine? Ooh. Ooh, after stream maybe. I'm a bit scared to touch anything. Because if I touch anything, I'm bound to break it. Guaranteed almost. And I haven't got my computer techs are on their honeymoon. So come down here. So that's I've missed that bit there. There we go. So this is that burnt sienna again, just under the underside of her hair. Take that down and around. Like that. I reckon I'm going to call that right about there. I'm going to sign it and I'm going to call it. Where am I going to sign it? What colour am I going to sign? I'm going to sign it in, I'm going to, yep. I'm going to stop talking to myself in weird languages and I'm going to sign it with my Viridian down in the bottom corner. Dimension looks amazing. Thank you. Thank you. I'm really proud of it. I've actually got an art show to enter this month. And the girl keeps saying to me, you're going to enter, you're going to enter. I'm like, I'm too busy. I haven't got time. But I might actually enter this one. Looks so great. Thank you. Well, for someone who doesn't do people, I'm pretty happy with it. I might have to do more. So I'm going to take my tape off and tear my paper now. So just do it. People do it very slowly. Oh, I see I'm taking the edge off the paper. You can heat it up. And this is even low tack. I even took the tack off with my trousers. I rubbed it. You stick your tape onto your trousers and it takes the sticky off a little bit. Please don't tear. Please don't tear. Okay, please don't tear. Just got to be very, very careful. Taking it that way. It has roughed up the edge of the paper a little bit, but I can't do anything about it. You won't see that under the frame anyway, thankfully. So yeah, it's a gift. I have many gifts that are really. People have there's superpowers, and then there's me, and I have stupid powers. I can wreck a computer from 100 yards. Like I have to be 100 yards away from it, and I can guarantee you it won't work anymore. Like guaranteed, I'll go to a supermarket, and there'll be, their computer will break on their EFTPOS machine will break, and I'll be that'll be me. Thank me, I did that. I don't know how I did that, but I did that. And yeah, guaranteed, things don't work with me. But yeah, I call them stupid powers. And who's that? The superhero who's like an anti-superhero in the red suit. What's his name? I think I'm like him. I forgot his name. You know who I'm talking about, though. I'm sure you do. The anti-hero guy. What's his name? Hang on, I'm going to Google it. Anti-hero dude with the red suit. Hang on. Anti-hero red suit. What's his name? He's so funny too. Ooh. Deadpool! I have very Deadpool moments. Yeah. It's a gift. But yeah, I just need the suit. If I ever go to a fancy dress, I'm going as Deadpool. I'll be a bit more lumpy than Deadpool, but I'll be a lumpy Deadpool. But yes. But anyway, on that note, I had lots of fun doing this. This was tons of fun, and hanging out and chatting with you guys was awesome. So thank you so much. Yeah, me and Deadpool, we got a lot in common. That movie's so funny. All of those movies are really hilarious. But yeah, I'd have a lumpy red suit. I love him so much. Oh my God, me too. Thank you, great stream. Oh, thank you, doll. It was awesome fun hanging out with you. I always love having our chats. So I'll be back tomorrow because I'm going to try and do the whole 30 days. So I'm going to get crazier and crazier as the time goes on. I can guarantee it. I'm going to be so tired and crazy by the end of it because I won't have slept because every day I'll get to think about the next artwork. So I don't sleep. So I'm going to be really crazy by the end of it, but it'll be lots of fun. So thanks everyone for coming. Yes, thank you everyone for being here. You guys and girls are a world of awesomeness. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for whatever the prompt is. I have no idea. I'm sure I'll find out. So take care, love you all, and I'll see you next video. Okie doke, bye guys. Aurora, I'll get in Discord and have a chat. I'll catch